Good morning, buddy. Welcome to Monday. Today is September 16th, 2024, and it's very, very nice outside. I'm still trying to make the adjustment because I'm waiting. I know today is going to be a beautiful day. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to be a beautiful day because I decided it's going to be a beautiful day. Currently, the weather is 65 degrees. We're expecting a high of 87, but I won't experience that. I'll be inside for most of that, so I'm not worried about it. Of course, forgive me, my eye is itching, and that tracks because the weather has been up and down, and everything is out. Got my coffee today, of course. Mm, thank you for coffee. It is my chai latte protein. And today I'm doing a Cafe Bustelo cold brew with some cardamom spice in it, a little bit of cinnamon, not much. And then, of course, a pump of chai syrup and a pump of caramel syrup, just to give it some fun. Um, Good morning, Marty. Good morning. How are you? I do hope you are well. The reason that I want to say good morning to Marty, especially today, is because she had a live last night and it was just the most fun. The most fun. And I say that not because it was unusual, it's always fun over there. If you haven't been over there, you need to go check it out. She has some wonderful tutorials on how to do measurement of your body so that you can make wearables that are appropriately sized and shaped for your body or the body that you're making it for. But what I loved about it was the simple honesty of I'm not at the mental health space that I want to be, but I'm okay. Just speaking that into existence is necessary. You sometimes just need to say, I'm okay. And hear yourself say it to the degree that you believe it. Because then, even if you're not 100% okay, you're better than you were. You know I love you. Listen, I love you, but I want you to be okay. And sometimes wanting you to be okay means you have to take the reins of this situation because I can't be there to do that for you. You're going to have to pull up a little harder and get yourself out of a rut or get yourself out of a mental headspace that isn't good and healthy and safe for you. So, I love you. Drink your water, get something to eat, and remember that you can do this. I'm right there. I'm holding my hand out, waiting for you to grab it so we can pull together. Okay. So that's my shout out to Marty. Um, Most of you know I like to start my day with my gratitude journal. Of course, I've already done that. And I have some more work to do on that. I have some more work to do on that. I'm excited, but I had to stop and come out here and chat with you. And I wanted to do that and make that the priority. Not to say that the gratitude journal wasn't, it is to say that the priority today was coming out and saying hi to you. As you'll notice, my voice is a little squeaky, which is very unusual for me. And I'm a little nasally, so please give me grace. Thank you. Quote of the day: if you are lucky enough to find a way of life that you have I'm sorry. Excuse me. Let me start over. If you are lucky enough to find a way of life you love, you have to find the courage to live it. That is by John Irving. And that's a word. Finding what you want to do doesn't just mean I'm going to be an astrophysicist. I'm not. It means that you have to find the courage to do the things that need to be done to get you where you want to go. I promise you, there are so many things in life that we want to do, but we just haven't done it because we don't have the courage to try it. And that's not okay. That's not okay. If you really want to do, be, or have, you need to do, be, or have. Some things take legwork, some things take prep work, some things take the simplest steps. But until you make those steps, you will not make that change. So, that's not exactly what I wanted to talk to you about today, but that was the quote of the day, and it deserved a moment of ponder. Thank you for the indulgence. Um, of course, before I get into what I did want to talk to you about today, I wanted to remind you guys that may or may not remember, may or may not know, this Friday, Juan the Yarn Addict is having his podiversary. So if you haven't subscribed, what you doing? You kind of want to do that. You really do. Believe me, you do. As a member of his channel, I have had the opportunity to know some things, to see some things. I will tell you there will be guests on his channel that particular night. It starts at 6 p.m. on Friday, or 6 p.m. his time on Friday. Don't quote me. Go to his channel. Make sure you're subscribed and check out the details of Friday night, because he's going to be giving away a lot of things in celebration. He's a giver. He is a giver. He loves it is love language. I promise you, that is his love language. He loves to give. He is exceedingly generous. He's also exceedingly talented. So when it comes to pattern creation and design, he is on it. Like, as a member, I am fortunate enough that every month he drops a new pattern and he rolls it out to his members. And then he rolls it out to the general audience. The general audience gets it at a very small fee, but yeah. Members, well, membership has its privileges. You know this. Mm. Oh, so that's what I wanted to say about that. Um, I also wanted to say, while I'm thinking about it, good morning, Mama Winch. I hope you're feeling better. Uh, excuse me. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the top three. Let me be clear, because there are others. The top three blocking methods. And you might be wondering, why is she talking about blocking methods? Well, it's simple. When you work with different fibers and you produce a project that is a little misshapen, maybe the sides are leaning to the right or leaning to the left, or because of the way you hold your fabric, it doesn't exactly have that uniform, perfected shape that you were expecting at the end of your project. I know for years I thought there was something wrong with my crochet technique, simply because things were askew, not quite what I thought they were supposed to look like when I was done. And I assumed it was because I miscounted in a row somewhere or because I did this, that, or the other, and it was none of that. It was because the fibers that I was working with needed to be blocked. They needed to be help the fibers release, relax, and relate. Yes, Marty, that was for you. But I didn't do that. And I didn't know about that technique. So I'm sharing it with you today. The top 3 techniques for blocking your project. The top 3, of course, are steam, damp, and dry blocking. Let's discuss each one individually. And then at the end, I'll even tell you what fibers are best with which method. Of course, number 1 is steam blocking. And it doesn't mean that that's the number 1 thing to do. That's just the number 1 on my list. Please listen at the end to figure out, based on the fiber you're working with, what method is going to work best for that fiber. Steam blocking is by using a steamer or an iron and holding the device above your project and gently allowing the steam to work and release into the project. Pay close attention to the borders and the edges of your project because you'll want those a little bit more heavily concentrated on in order to give those the most release. And the reason for that, of course, is that's the spot where your stitches are going to be a little bit tighter or a little bit misshapen sometimes. So allow them to just relax. Once you've shaped them in the direction or the space that you want them to be in, allow them to relax. As they dry, they will form the shape you're looking for. Damp blocking. This is also known as spray blocking. Using a spray bottle filled with water. And let me add a little point here. I use the same type of water that I use in my CPAP, which is I can see it, starts with a D. My brain is gone. It's 5:15 in the morning. What did you expect? Mother is tired. It's not denatured water, but that's the word that wants to come to my mind. Distilled water. Um, Using distilled water in my case, but you can just use regular water. I understand it doesn't make a difference. Um, Mix your project with the water, paying close attention to the edges of your project and making sure that you shape it appropriately, spread it out, and allow it to dry. Um, this can also be done on a blocking board. And I highly, highly recommend you spray it first and then you place it on the blocking board. If you're using a blocking board that requires pins that you insert, then angle your pins towards the center of your project, not towards the outer, because you'll accidentally overstretch it, unless that's your intent. If it's a little small and you want to get it to be a little bit bigger, then aim out. If you're trying to keep it at the size that it is, but give it the shape that you want, then aim your pins in toward the center. So there's that. And then, of course, there's dry blocking. This is considered to be the safest and gentlest method. It's most ideal when you're working with a fiber and you're not unsure of its content. Pin the project onto your blocking board or place it on your blocking board using your pegs and mist it very, very lightly with water. And when I say very lightly, I mean this would be a great time if you have a steam iron or a steamer just to kind of go over the top of it, but don't get heavy with that. And then allow it to dry. Another great way of dry blocking is merely to take and throw it in the dryer for 5, no more than 10 minutes. Allow it to tumble dry and get that heat into it. Once that time is up, remove it from your dryer, spread it out, and shape it according to how you want it to look and allow it to cool. That's going to be the difference between whether your project turns out beautifully or is beautiful, but it's not exactly the shape you were looking for. Having said that, um, the following information was available for me to find out which methods work best for what. Wool and other animal based fibers are best steamed or dry blocked. Cotton, linen fibers. The best way to address those is going to be a wet block or even a steam block. Wet, more preferred, because it's going to get deeper into those fibers, and those are harder to, the porosity is different. So it's going to be a little bit harder to shape those exactly the way you want to. Wet blocking is best, steam is acceptable. Mohair, synthetic, and other wool blend fibers, please dry block those. Excuse me. And then, of course, some of you deal with this group of fiber, the Lurex novelty, like the eyelash lace and things like that, or other delicate yarns. Do not block. You are risking dangerously destroying your product, and you don't want to do that. So rather than damage it, just simply don't block it. Use your hands and lay them on top of your project to shape it the way you want. But a little bit of warm hand pressure is the most that you want to do to these things. That's it. Blocking isn't that hard, it isn't that dangerous, and it's not a big challenge. Just know what fiber you're working with and what the best method is to block said product. I know ordinarily I'm in a rush to crochet because I'm on a deadline to get that blanket done. As you already know, she is done. The blanket is finished. I have already shared pictures of her with you, and I'm so excited. I am so very, very excited because I had a goal. I was procrastinating before the goal. And honestly, a bit of me was intimidated by this project because number one, I had never seen a pattern designed that way. And I had a bit of issue with it. Looking back on it, I have no regrets. And I have no regrets because, as I said, I have two of those blankets to do. One is done and it will be gifted this Saturday. The second one still needs to be done. It's in white. And I'm not exactly sure whether or not I want to film that. Not because I'm not proud of it or because I want you not to see it. That's not it at all. I don't know that you want to see me go through part two because currently I'm on row 220 something of 280. So that's 60 more rows that I have to do. And last night, while I was in a live chat, I found myself doing a row that I shouldn't have been doing. So I have to frog that entire row. And this is common and constant with this project. If I'm not paying critically close attention to what I'm doing, not just the counting, but what row I'm on, I'm guaranteed to make a goof. And that means frogging it back. So today, I'm going to do a little something different. I've got a couple of projects in the back of my mind that I want to get done for no one other than me and the opportunity to say I did them. I have a black and gray sweater that I love, and Premier Puzzle has a colorway called Jax, and I bought 6 skeins of it, and I want to make a cardi with it, a hexi cardi, but I want to add a second color with it. And now that Premier has solid yarn colors that complement the Premier puzzle, I am I'm gonna order some. Yeah, yeah. I am. We know I'm gonna do it. I haven't done it yet. I thought I did it, but I hadn't. And I'm glad I didn't because I need to wait. There might be a sale. So I'll be perusing the Premier website to see what the best price will be for that and grabbing some more. But meanwhile, I need to get started on the basis of it, which is the Jack's colorway. So I'll be doing that. And of course, in the background, behind the scenes, I will be working on completing that second wedding blanket. Um, I have a couple of other things, other projects that I may or may not display on the channel, but that need to get done. So, of course, the holidays are coming. And as such, we all have things we need to do either for friends or family or just for ourselves or for the house. Just for the house that need to get done. And those things will come along as they come along. You'll do them as you need to do them. And I will do mine as I need to do mine. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing a bit of your morning with me. It's been 21 minutes. So, with that said, I am going to crochet with you today. We are going to watch the beginning of my hexacardi in Jacks. So, let's switch the cameras from one direction to another. But before I let you go from conversation, I want to remind you that I love you. I want you to have the best day today. It's Monday, and there are a bunch of grumpy groans that are out there that are going to try to sabotage your day. They're going to speak negativity to you. Rise above. It's not worth it. It's not necessary for you to respond. You don't have to have the last word. You don't have to say anything. And sometimes your silence is dismissive of their foolishness and it's necessary. So go ahead and just look at them. It'll cause them to think about what they said and whether they want to continue that conversation. You don't have to let your blood pressure rise to their lowered level. You just don't. Okay, listen. Have some fun today. Do all of the things today. But most of all, please know I love you. And I'm going to switch off and crochet. You do what you do. Let's do those things together. And I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, before I go, today, if I'm not mistaken, and let me check so that we know I'm speaking what was supposed to happen because things change. And I don't think I changed anything, but that doesn't mean things didn't get changed. Excuse me. I am correct. The hopscotch mile a minute strip dropped today, and that is my tutorial. It's less than 10 minutes on how to do the hopscotch strip. The hopscotch strip is just a open window type strip done in a series of open windows, one on one row, two on another row, to create a hopscotch style motif. So please do me a favor, check that out. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are about it. And of course, pay close attention to the information I give you about it because it will help you understand why I am doing these mile a minute strips. So, okay, almost 25 minutes. Let me let you get to doing what you do. Let's spend some time together quietly. I am going to probably stay out here for a little while because it's nice. And I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Take care. Have some fun today. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.